my name is Katie. Welcome to my channel. Fellow undead warriors of old, let us journey swiftly to the distant mystical land of Lordran and indulge in the pleasures of item descriptions. We shall begin with rings. Tiny being's ring. Ring made of an ancient tiny red jewel. Grants small increase to HP. Rings grant powers large and small. Their discovery and effective use can make one's journey easier. This ring can be selected as a starting gift or rewarded from Siegmeyer of Katarina after defeating nearby Silver Knights in Anorlondo. It increases maximum HP by 5% and stacks with the Ring of Favor and Protection and Mask of the Mother. Mostly useful at higher HP values and potentially in combination with the other HP items because of the low percentage of increase. Chloranthy Ring. This ancient ring, engraved with a large green flower, is of unknown origin. Hastens the regeneration of stamina. It is found in a secret area near the middle of the Great Hollow. This ring increases stamina regeneration by 47%. Its effects stack with Grass Crest Shield, Mask of the Child, and Green Blossom. Faster stamina regeneration reduces your need to build endurance, but because of this, often becomes a crutch. This is a great ring should you have a tendency to heavily drain your stamina, either through blocking attacks frequently, evading and attacking, or swinging with large weapons multiple times. Havel's Ring. This ring was named after Havel the Rock, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. Havel's men wore the ring to express faith in their leader and to carry a heavier load. It is obtained after defeating Havel the Rock between Undead Berg and Darkroot Basin, which can be accessed with either the Master Key or Watchtower Basement Key. This ring boosts maximum equipment load by 50% and is therefore a fantastic way to provide more defense without the fear of a slower movement speed. Because its augmentation is percentage-based, this ring becomes more beneficial when the wearer has more stamina. Weapons in the ultra-large category usually weigh above 10 units, the heaviest weighing 28. Therefore, wearing this ring can help you wield such weapons faster. Equipping Havel's Ring and the Ring of Favor and Protection and the Mask of the Father gives you an increased equipment load of 89%. Ring of Steel Protection. This ring belonged to the Night King Randall. It grants its wearer protection by boosting defense against physical attacks. Of the many legends surrounding the Night King Randall, one of the more well-known speaks of his standing down a giant drake and slashing it to pieces. This ring is found at Sen's Fortress and increases physical defense by 50 points. This ring is a great way to improve your odds of surviving a physical attack, but this ring, as well as its brethren, are enemy-specific and generally not recommended to wear consistently. Spell Stoneplate Ring. Stoneplates, the symbol of a true knight, grant the strength to face various hardships. The blue stoneplate symbolizes souls and boosts defense against magic. It is sold by the crestfallen merchant in Sen's Fortress and increases magic defense by 50 points. This ring is a great way to improve your odds of surviving a magical attack, but this ring, as well as its brethren, are enemy and area specific and generally not recommended to wear consistently. Flame Stoneplate Ring. Stoneplates, the symbol of a true knight, grant the strength to face various hardships. The red stoneplate symbolizes fire and boosts defense against flame. It is found in Sen's Fortress and increases fire defense by 50 points. This ring is a great way to improve your odds of surviving a fire-based attack, but this ring, as well as its brethren, are enemy-specific and generally not recommended to wear consistently. hardships. The yellow stone plate symbolizes thunder and boosts defense against lightning. It is sold by the crestfallen merchant in Sen's Fortress and increases lightning defense by 50 points. This ring is a great way to improve your odds of surviving a lightning-based attack, but this ring, as well as its brethren, are enemy-specific and generally not recommended to wear consistently. Speckled stone plate ring. Stone plates, the symbol of a true knight, grant the strength to face various hardships. The precious rare speckled stone plate grants a small boost to defense against magic, flame, and lightning. Dropped or given by Siegmeyer of Katarina, it increases magic, fire, and lightning defenses by 25 points. This ring is a way to add on a little extra defense against damage sources that are harder to block. Because it caters to 3 different damage sources, it is more reliable than the other stone plate rings. The problem with this ring is that the 25-point boost against a given elemental attack is not worth the use of a ring slot. This is compounded by the fact that most areas focus on one elemental damage type, making the other stone plate rings superior. Even in an ideal scenario, you are better off selecting armor that provides the elemental defenses you need and use your ring slot on more useful rings. If you are running a challenge build with armor that has universally terrible elemental defenses, it might be worth considering. However, most should avoid this ring. Blood Bite Ring. One of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Asta of Karim. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, this ring is an unmistakable asset in its ability to help prevent bleeding. Sold by Oswald of Karim in the Undead Parish, it increases bleed resistance by 400%. All of the bite rings are extremely effective in preventing their respective status condition. Keep in mind, bleeding deals burst damage when triggered, and this burst damage can occur again while you are still bleeding. Incredibly useful when wielding the Life Fund Scythe, which causes bleed on self with every successful hit. Effects stack with Blood Shield, Gargoyle's Halberd, and Gargoyle Tail Axe. Poison Bite Ring. One of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Asta of Karim. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, this ring is an unmistakable asset in its ability to help prevent poison. Sold by Oswald of Karim in the Undead Parish, it increases poison resistance by 400%. All of the bite rings are extremely effective in preventing their respective status condition. You may find this ring useful in areas such as Blighttown, where the environment has a consistent poison. Effects stack with Blood Shield, Gargoyle's Halberd, and Gargoyle Tail Axe. Has no effect on toxic status except to lengthen the duration once it is applied. Curse Bite Ring. One of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Asta of Karim. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, this ring is an unmistakable asset in its ability to help prevent curses. Curse-resistant clothing will still add to the grand total, but the ring's effect ignores them. All of the bite rings are extremely effective in preventing their respective status condition. Keep in mind, being cursed will instantly kill you, and upon recovering at the bonfire, reduce your maximum health by half. Curse-bearing foes are rare, but when located often come in large numbers. Wearing this ring when engaging will greatly help your odds of walking away alive and not cursed. Red Tearstone Ring. The rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This red Tearstone from Karim boosts the attack of its wearer when in danger. Found at the Valley of Drakes, it boosts damage by 50% when health is below 20%. a reincarnation of the rat ring, but the damage bonus this time is more potent. This ring is recommended for anyone who wishes to capitalize on a risk-reward method of play. This damage bonus applies to all forms of damage you deal and stacks with all damage bonus modifications. Blue Tearstone Ring. The rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. Found in the Undead Berg, it boosts physical, magical, flame and lightning defenses by 50% when health is below 20%. A reincarnation of the rat ring set, but the defense bonus this time is more potent. This ring is recommended for anyone who is very conservative with their flasks. This ring will not increase your defense when hit by an attack that would normally kill you if you are above 20% health. It does not provide a safety net. You need to actually be alive at 20% health in order for the ring to work. Because it uses a percentage, additional vitality will give you a larger health pool at 20%. Ring of Sacrifice. This mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death, but the ring itself breaks. Found on the way from Fireling Shrine to Undead Berg. Upon death, souls and humanity are not lost, but the ring itself is shattered. No bloodstain will be left behind. If there already was an unretrieved bloodstain, it will still be available to be retrieved after ring revival. It does not trigger if you died from becoming cursed. Use a rare ring of sacrifice instead of one of these if that is a possibility. Does trigger and shatters if equipped as a phantom, even if a type of phantom that is normally not penalized upon death, so take it off prior to jolly cooperation. Rare Ring of Sacrifice. This mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. The magenta shaded ring is especially rare. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death and will be freed from any curse whatsoever, but the ring itself breaks. Found in Sen's Fortress, New Londo Ruins, and Lost Isolith. This ring allows you to lose no souls or humanity upon death. No bloodstain will be left behind, and it preserves any existing bloodstain for retrieval after revival. It prevents receiving the cursed status after death, but does not cure an existing cursed status. It breaks upon death. Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring. A special ring granted to only the most accomplished sorcerers at Vinheim Dragon School. This ring is engraved with an everlasting dragon and boosts the strength of sorceries. Bought from Griggs of Vinheim, this ring increases sorcery and pyromancy between 20 to 26%. It does not increase damage of any weapon buff spells or miracles. This is a fantastic ring should you be putting a focus on magic skills. The damage modification comes after stat bonuses, which makes this ring even better for a mage. Wearing this ring with the Ulasil Ivory Catalyst will allow those with low intelligence to cast viable sorceries. Stacks with the Crown of the Dark Sun and Crown of Dusk. Lingering Dragon Crest Ring. A special ring granted to only the most accomplished sorcerers at Vinheim Dragon School. The ring is engraved with a lingering dragon and boosts the length of the effects of sorceries. Bought from Griggs of Vinheim, it increases the length of magic effects by 50%. This ring is more useful should you not be at a high level of magic, as these time increases are static. Great to use for increasing the duration of magic weapon, great magic weapon, and crystal magic weapon, as unlike the bellowing dragon crest ring, it does affect weapon buffs with sorceries only. dragon school. The ring is engraved with an everlasting dragon in silent slumber and masks all sound emitting from its wearer. Found at Zen's fortress, the wearer produces no sound whatsoever. This ring, coupled with the ring of fog, allows the user to be almost undetectable. Surprisingly, this ring truly shines where many enemies will not turn around as they usually would, securing you a backstab or the ability to simply run past them. There is also a spell for this. Hush. Dusk Crown Ring. This magic crown-shaped ring was granted to Princess Dusk of Ulasil upon her birth. The ringstone allows its wearer to cast additional sorceries, but at the cost of 1/2 of HP, acquired by defeating the Hydra in Darkroot Basin. It grants extra spell castings, but halves max HP. Although its description only mentions sorceries, it affects sorceries, miracles, and pyromancies alike. This ring works well in combination with the tin crystallization catalyst. The tin crystallization catalyst halves the number of spell castings you get, but the Dusk Crown Ring adds 50% of your base castings back. In effect, this ring completely cancels out the reduction in castings from the tin crystallization catalyst. It also works well with Manus Catalyst, as the Manus Catalyst also halves the number of spell castings you get. White Seance Ring, a divine ring entrusted to the head bishop of the Way of White and apostle to All-Father Lloyd, uncle to Lord Gwyn. It grants additional attunement slots. The head bishop of the Way of White is the guardian of law and caste, and one of the great royals of Thoroland. Found in the Duke's archives, it grants 1 additional attunement slot. It can be used for any spell, be it sorcery, miracle, or pyromancy. The last attuned spell, when at capacity, will be disabled if the ring is removed. This ring also grants an attunement slot if you have none. The effect is identical to the Dark Moon Seance Ring. Both can also be equipped simultaneously for 2 extra slots. Dark Moon Seance Ring. This ring is granted to adherents of Gwyndolin, Dark Moon deity and lastborn of Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight. Grants additional magic attunement slots. The Dark Sun Gwyndolin is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. Found in the catacombs, it grants 1 additional attunement slot and is the key to joining the Blade of the Dark Moon Covenant and access the Dark Sun Gwyndolin fight. It can be used for any spell, be it sorcery, miracles, or pyromancy. The last attuned spell, when at capacity, will be disabled if the ring is removed. This ring also grants an attunement slot if you have none. The effect is identical to the White Seance Ring. Both can also be equipped simultaneously for 2 extra slots. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to a loss of the annals and rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. Found in Anor Londo, it boosts the strength of offensive miracles by 20%. A great way to increase the power of your miracles. Miracle potency affects the amount of health healed by restorative miracles as well. This does not increase the knockback on miracles, such as force. It does not boost the power of weapon buffs, such as Sunlight Blade or Dark Moon Blade. Dark Moon Blade Covenant Ring. Ring granted to those bound by the Dark Moon Blade Covenant. Answer Dark Sun Gwyndolin's summoning. Gwendolyn, all too aware of his repulsive, frail appearance, created the illusion of a sister, Guinevere, who helps asking of these deities would be tantamount to blasphemy. Granted upon joining the Dark Moonblade Covenant, when wearing this ring, you may be summoned into others' Dark Anor Londo as an invader, presumably as a result of the host killing Guinevere. If the invader successfully kills the host, they will be rewarded with a souvenir of reprisal. If the host manages to kill the invader, however, they will receive souls as a reward. You must be part of the Dark Moonblade Covenant for the ring's effect to occur, but you do not need to be human. The ring provides no bonuses and can be unequipped in favor of a better ring after you are summoned. Ring of the Sun Princess. This ring is granted to those who enter a covenant with Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and the Princess of Sunlight. This slightly warm ring boosts the synergy of miracles. The Princess of Sunlight left Anor Londo along with many other deities and later became wife to flame god Flan. The ring is a gift from Guinevere upon joining the Princess Guard Covenant and boosts miracle synergy. Miracle synergy occurs when other cooperators have casted a miracle seen as a glowing white ring on the ground, similar to the ring that appears after the Iron Golem is defeated, only white. Cast the corresponding miracle to get an increased effect. The ring will also give a slight boost to some offensive and healing miracles, both on and offline. No synergy rings needed. It can be traded to Snuggly for 2 divine blessings. Leo Ring, one of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Leo Ring belonged to Ornstein the Dragon Slayer. This ring strengthens counters with pierce weapons. His lugged spear is said to have sliced a boulder in 2. It is acquired during the Ornstein and Smough fight by killing Ornstein last, where you should drop the ring. You do not get it automatically, you have to pick it up. It strengthens counter damage only with some thrust damage weapons and thrusting attacks in general. It boosts crossbow bolts and arrows as well. A good way to utilize this is to shoot an enemy when they are in the process of casting a spell. It does not boost riposts or backstabs. Wolf Ring, one of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Wolf Ring belongs to Artorius the Abyss Walker. Artorius had an unbendable will of steel and was unmatched with a greatsword. Found in Darkroot Garden, it increases poise by 40 points. Hawk Ring, one of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Hawk Ring belonged to Hawkeye Go, who led the Great Archers. Boosts bow range so that arrows fly like they were shot by Go's great bow, which took down high-flying dragons. Found in Anor Londo, it extends the range of all bows by 50%. Zooming is extended as well. This also applies to the binoculars. Hornet Ring, one of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Hornet Ring belonged to the Lord's Blade, Kieran. By boosting critical attacks, its wearer can annihilate foes, as Kieran's dagger laid waste to Lord Gwyn's enemies. Found in the area where the Great Grey Wolf Sif fight takes place. Boosts critical damage from backstabs and riposts by 30%. This item can be acquired without fighting Sif. It changes the animation of riposts and backstabs when used on human characters and makes overkilling easier. Eastwood Grain Ring. This special ring, crafted in an eastern land, is made of gold, but with a wood grain crest on its surface. The ring slows the loss of weapon durability and is particularly useful to bearers of delicate swords crafted in the East. It's purchased from Shiva of the East and halves the weapons lose durability. This ring is especially effective for swords with low durability, curved swords and crystal weapons in particular. The effect does not apply for special attacks from weapons which lead to durability loss. Dark Wood Grain Ring. This special ring, crafted in an eastern land, is made of gold, but with a wood grain crest on its surface. Agents of subterfuge in this faraway land are particularly fond of the dark gold wood grain, which greatly alters its wearer's rolling action. It is dropped from the ninja bodyguard that follows the merchant Shiva of the East in Darkroot Garden and Blighttown. It changes your dodge and roll to a faster cartwheel-esque flip that covers more ground, but only when you're at 25% or less of your total equipment load. It increases your invulnerability frames from 12 frames to 14 frames, and you recover from rolling faster from 12 frames to 8 frames. While flipping across lava, you take roughly half as much damage from lava as you would when you would run. Rusted Iron Ring. This iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this strange ring to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground, such as swamps. It is found in the Northern Undead Asylum. It removes the movement speed penalty while traveling in deep water, marsh, tar, etc. Covetous Gold Serpent Ring. The serpent is an imperfect dragon and symbol of the undead. Its habit of devouring prey even larger than itself has led to an association of gluttony. This gold ring, engraved with the serpent, boosts its wearer's item discovery so that more items can be amassed. It is found in Sen's Fortress and boosts item discovery by 200 points. Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. The serpent is an imperfect dragon and symbol of the undead. Its habit of devouring prey even larger than itself has led to an association of gluttony. This silver ring, engraved with the serpent, rewards its wearer with additional souls for each kill. It is found in the Tomb of the Giants, increases souls absorbed for each kill by 20%, and stacks with the symbol of avarice with a combined total bonus of 44%. This is a fantastic ring that makes farming souls significantly easier. It offers no combat effects. Its only purpose is to earn more souls from fallen enemies. After killing a boss, there is a slight pause before you earn the souls. Equip the ring before the souls arrive, and the bonus will still apply. Covenant of Artorias. This ring symbolizes Knight Artorias' covenant with the beasts of the abyss. Its wearer, like Artorias himself, can traverse the abyss. It is awarded after killing the great grey wolf Sif and used to enter the abyss and fight the four kings. Orange Charred Ring. An orange ring enchanted by a witch reduces lava damage. Since his sores were inflamed by lava from birth, his witch sisters gave him this special ring. But, fool that he is, he readily dropped it, and from that spot a terrible centipede demon was born. It is acquired by defeating the centipede demon and greatly reduces lava damage. It also adds a fire damage element to kick motion. Old Witch Ring. Old ring from an old witch, engraved minutely with an indecipherable script, but seemingly useless. It is acquired from trading a sunlight maggot to Snuggly, and can also be selected as a starting gift. It allows you to speak to Quaylog's sister. Without the ring, choosing to speak with her only prompts a question mark response. Its only known effect is the ability to talk to Quaylog's sister, It does not halve the amount of humanity needed to level up in the Chaos Covenant. This is probably a misconception related to leaving and rejoining the Covenant, which puts you back at half of your previous offerings. Cat Covenant Ring. Ring granted to those bound by the Forest Hunter Covenant. Answer Alvina's summoning. The white cat Alvina speaks a human tongue and has lived since the early age of fire. Alvina was a trusted friend of Knight Artorius and the great wolf Sif. It is given to you by Alvina of the Dark Root Wood for joining the Forest Hunter Covenant. Wearing this ring allows Alvina to summon you into the forest to fend off invaders. The ring provides no other bonuses, therefore it can also be swapped out for a more beneficial ring while you are being summoned. If you feed the ring to Kingseeker Frampt, he will get 1,000 souls, and the ring will appear again in the chest behind Frampt. Dropping this ring will make it reappear in the chest in Firelink Shrine. Ring of Fog. Those who befriend Alvina are given this mysterious ring. It resembles a pearl with its robust, pure white fog. The ring camouflages its wearer's presence, helping to prevent detection. It is given as a Forest Hunter Covenant reward for killing 3 invaders. You can trade a skull lantern with Snuggly the Crow to acquire it. It turns the player transparent, making them harder to detect. Wearing this ring helps greatly in the catacombs, as the wisps cannot see you at all and will not explode unless you make an excess of noise, such as running through water. Wearing this ring reduces the trigger range of homing soul mass spells by up to 80% distance. Ring of Favor and Protection. A ring symbolizing the favor and protection of the goddess Vina, known in legend to possess fateful beauty. It is dropped by Lordran after you kill him. You may also receive this from trading the Xanthus Crown to Snuggly. It boosts HP, stamina, and equipment load by 20% each. It permanently breaks when removed. The ring stacks with the Mask of the Mother, Tiny Being's Ring, Havel's Ring, and Mask of the Father. Ring of the Evil Eye. According to legend, this ring contains the spirit of the Evil Eye, a dark beast which assaulted Astora. The strength of the Evil Eye does not waver, and HP is absorbed from fallen enemies. It is found in the depths and absorbs 30 HP from every fallen enemy. It does not stack on multiple kills. It can be used for mitigating the health loss by Chaos Blade, which drains 20 HP per each successful hit. Calamity Ring. A ring enchanted by the orange eye of Calamite, the bringer of calamity. Doubles damage received by its wearer. A useless ring befitting of no finger. Best left unknown, or at least well hidden. Obtained after defeating Black Dragon Calamite. Wearing it will double the damage you sustain.